Well, hello, everybody. It's Ronnie with Whip and Chain. I work alongside Maggie and Lauren to bring you fun new crochet patterns and stitches and answering any questions that you may have on the hobby. We are located on Facebook under Whip, WIP, and Chain for work in progress. If you enjoy our videos and tutorials, come find us on Facebook because you can ask all the questions you want, and we do our best to do tutorials for anything that's being requested. But today is a fun stitch, and it's Texture Tuesday. This one is called the feather stitch. It's a very, if you can see, it's a very thick, and it is quite a bit of a yarn eater, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Lots of texture, and it's a warm stitch. If you make a blanket out of this, it'll definitely keep you warm. I'm going to show you how to do this beautiful stitch. Are you ready? All right. I'm using for today's tutorial a 6mm hook. This stitch will go with just about any type of yarn, as long as you probably use the recommended yarn hook that the yarn is giving you. For this tutorial, I'm using I Love This yarn, and this one is called Light Peach. Okay, so first things first, I did a tutorial last week, or this past week. Maggie posted it. It's how to start a half double chain that's chainless. And what that basically means is, you know how you would just do a chain and then you would come back with a single row crochet or a double or a half double or treble. This stitch, if you want to get the bottom and the top ending the same, you can't do that. So we are starting with a chainless half double chain, and I'm going to do it a little bit here, but if you really need it, I'm pretty sure Maggie will probably tag the video attached to this tutorial so you can watch it and learn. But you will chain 2, just like that. Then you will wrap your hook. You go into the first chain, but you go under 2 of the stitches, just like that. You grab yarn, bring it through. You wrap, you go through 1, and that first one is your bottom chain. Then you wrap and you go through all 3, and then you just keep doing it. Wrap, you go through that chain that you just made, pull through, go through 1, and go through all 3, and that's what you keep doing. So for this project, you will need multiples of 2. When you get the width that you want, just add 1 more. Okay. When you do this enough, this will come really fast for you. This is one of my favorite things to do, crocheting. Let's see here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. And I'm just going to do a small sample. So here's 16. And then you add one more. Now, if you want to keep, see how perfect even my sides are? What I did is, in this stitch, it is very easy to lose your edging. It really, really is. So my suggestion to you would be use stitch markers. So when you get your width that you want, I want you to chain one and put a half double right in that first one. And as soon as you get that half double in, I am recommending put a stitch marker in. It'll save so much aggravation for you. Then you chain one, you skip one, and put another half double in. Now this is the setting up row, so this is not the repeat row. Chain one, skip one, half double. Chain one, skip one, half double. Chain one, skip one, half double. And you just keep doing it to the very end. And if your counts are right, you will end on doing a half double. Just like that. Oh, okay. That's what she looks like so far. Okay. So, chain one and turn, and put a half double right in that very first stitch. And I am recommending you use a stitch marker. Okay. This is the repeat row, okay? So after you put in your half double, chain one. Now we're going to be pulling in this loop right here, just chain one, then the stitch right below it, right here, and then the next chain one spot. So I want you to wrap your hook, go in the first chain one space, grab some yarn and come on up, and be very loose with your yarn. Be very generous. Wrap the hook again, and then that chain right under that chain one, go right in there, 2 rows down, grab yarn and bring it up. Again, keep it loose. Wrap the hook again and go into the next chain one spot. Wrap your hook and come on up. Now 3, 4, 5, you have 7 loops on your hook. Wrap it and go through all 7. When you go through, chain one. Now wrap your hook. Now this is the repeat. Where you did your last stitch of this feather, you're going to start your next feather. So you go in that first one, grab yarn, come on up, wrap, go down in that chain one right there. Grab some yarn, pull it up, being loose. Wrap your hook, and you go into the next chain one space. You got them all, you wrap, and you go through all 7 and chain one. Okay, wrap your hook. Let's do it again. Go in a chain one space, grab yarn, you wrap, go in that space right underneath your chain one, grab yarn, come on up, wrap, and then you go into the next chain one. Go through all 7 and chain one. And this is what you do all the way to the end. See how it's going? And when you use that last chain one spot, and you go through, and you chain one, you just go over to that last where your marker is, you go in there, take your marker out, and then you just place a half double crochet, chain one, and you turn. And in that same stitch as the chain one, go in there and put your next half double crochet right in there. Then again, I will suggest you put your stitch marker in. Now the rows are repeated, but it looks a little confusing on the next row. Just so I want to show you to make sure you understand it, okay? So you chain one, you wrap your hook. So here's your first chain one, you go down, grab some yarn, wrap your hook. Now you go down to the next row where that chain is. You go right in there, grab some yarn, wrap your hook, then you go over to the next opening, grab some yarn, you wrap, and again you'll have 7. Go through all 7 and chain one. Then you go down the first one, wrap, go down this one below, go right into it, and then you wrap, and you go into the next chain one, then you wrap your hook, and you go through all 7 and chain one. That is the complete feather stitch. It's elegant, it's beautiful, and it's, once you understand the stitch, it's quite easy. The only, I don't even call it a negative, but the only downfall is it is a yarn eater. But your ending result is absolutely beautiful. And just like that. And remember, when you get to the end, when you use that very last chain one spot, that means you are done. So here would be my chain one. And then you put in a half double crochet. Just like that. And chain one, and you turn. Okay, that's everything. That is exactly how you do it. I'm going to do one more row with you. Half double crochet. And of course, I put my stitch marker in. So I'm just going to be quiet and do this row so you can watch. And chain one, and you put a half double crochet in. So what I'm going to show you is when you are done your blanket, how to actually finish it off. So you chain one and you turn. In that first stitch, you put a half double crochet. Then in the opening, you go right in the opening, put in a half double crochet. Then you put a half double crochet at the top of that feather stitch. Right there, that little circle. Then you put a half double in the opening. And that's what you do all the way down. Right in the feather stitch. And in the opening. And in the feather stitch. And in the chain one. Just like that. And that is how you end the feather stitch. And I showed you how to begin it. I do hope that you guys have a lot of fun with this one. This one is pretty dear to me. I think of my mother-in-law with this one because it's just so beautiful. Make sure you get that chain one spot before you go into your last one. I'm grabbing it wrong. There we go. And that is how you do the beautiful feather stitch. And it looks like rose. But if you notice, your feathers crisscross. And it's the same both sides. Well, thank you everybody for joining us for our Texture Tuesday. I look forward to doing so many more videos. And if you like this video, would you please hit that like button at the bottom and subscribe? It would help us a lot. And come find us on Facebook. We would love to see you there. Until next time, happy crocheting, everybody. Bye bye.